Hi guys. So I just finished with my, what do you call it? My therapy session. And I feel amazing, if I'm being honest. Like, I feel so good. I went in like, okay, I had an anxiety attack sometime this week. I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday, that even triggered my migraines. It was really bad. And I can't wait to give you guys an update on today's session. It was really great, guys. I love my therapist, and which is amazing because when I first started, I thought I'm probably gonna come here for like one session and never come back. But I'll give you that update as soon as I get home. I was gonna do a spend a Saturday with me, but I decided not to. So I'm just gonna go to the mall right now and pick my cousin up, because there's some people coming to our house to do some fittings. So yeah, I'll catch you guys when I get home. So anyway, hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and my name is Debbie, the Phoenix, and today I just want to do a mental health update featuring this week's anxiety attack. Yep, that happened. And also a recap of this week's therapy session that I had just this morning. So stay tuned. So let me start off with the anxiety attack, right? So what happened was there was a situation at work which I felt like was beyond my control, and I started panicking about it because it brought a lot of unknowns to me. And then so I had an anxiety attack basically, and this time it didn't come like it usually does. So usually what happens is I'd get sick. Like I would fall sick, I would start hyperventilating, or I would collapse, or I would have just some sort of sickness which has no explanation, like maybe feeling dizzy and stuff like that, feeling nauseous and stuff like that. So, but this time when the situation happened, I just I kept on trying to do, you know, this self-talk that they say, no, just talk to yourself and convince yourself that everything's gonna be okay, and yada yada yada. So okay, fine. So that day I did that and I was able to get through the day. And then I went home, and then when I woke up in the morning, my migraines were back. So it took me a while to realize that this was connected to the anxiety attack, that I was actually going through an anxiety attack at that moment. Like, people think that anxiety attacks happen like there, and then you are hyperventilating, your heart is beating real fast. But sometimes it's a very long situation that takes, like, it can be an overnight situation. Like, you could be having an anxiety attack and not have symptoms. Like, you could be anxious and not have symptoms, and then a day later they start manifesting, for lack of a better word. So anyway, they manifested in the form of my migraines coming back. And that was when I realized that even the migraines that I was suffering from last year, when I sat down and I looked at what was happening around the time when the migraines would come, it was anxiety, guys. So anxiety can actually kill you. I can't even sugarcoat it. Like, you can actually die from that thing because it brings a lot of physical issues with it when it manifests. Like, because it starts off in the head, and then you're just overthinking a lot of situations, right? And you're replaying scenarios that might never happen, which always tend to be negative. And then next thing you know, you're having these headaches that you can't explain. No painkiller can cure them, and you're feeling dizzy, you're feeling funny, you're feeling hot, you know, a lot of things all at once. Like, I once collapsed at work from anxiety. And that was before I really realized that, okay, these are very, very serious. I collapsed and then they took me to the hospital, and at the hospital they started scanning me for a whole lot of things because I had like this sharp pain in my abdomen. So they did ultrasounds and it was just a whole situation. So when this week's anxiety attack happened, it was a wake-up call to me to say that anxiety is real. It can kill you, you know. So you need to be very aware of your triggers, and then you need to know what to do when it does happen. So luckily for me, my sister, who has a master's in counseling, has these Mondays and Fridays mental health talks, and she has a page on Facebook. It's called Mental Health Talks with Topotito. So she has those, and she would send me personalized snippets of the message that she would put up on Facebook and on her WhatsApp statuses. So luckily for me, that this happened on between Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. So luckily for me, that Monday she was talking about anxiety. So I just went to our chat and I started looking at the techniques that she said you could employ. And one of the techniques was that you should try to imagine the worst case scenario of what you're anxious about. So let me say, for instance, maybe you're anxious that you will lose your job, right? So you look at the worst case scenario if you lose your job. So maybe let's say you have a loan. So the worst case scenario would be that you won't be able to pay your loan, right? So after you do that, what you then do is you go into solution mode. Okay, fine. If I lose this job that I currently hold, what else can I do to make sure that I pay off my loan at the end of the month? You know, do I have savings somewhere which would cover it up until I get another job? Have I already applied for other jobs? Are other things in the pipeline for me? Have I already employed some of the business ideas that I've been having over the years? You know what I'm saying? Do I have some which are already active and are making me money? Things like that. So I just went into that mode, and and I realized that, okay. And at the end of the day, I realized that with that situation, I'm so sorry that I can't divulge what the situation was because it's a work thing and I have to keep confidentiality and stuff. But basically, when I tried to imagine the worst case scenario, I realized that actually it would work in my favor as a human, as a person, as an individual. It would work in my favor. So I just started relaxing about the whole situation, and guess what? The headaches, normally when I have migraines, they take about 2 weeks to go away. But this time around, they started off on a Wednesday. And by yesterday, which was Friday, I was okay. Ta-da! And so that happened. Anyway, so that was the anxiety attack part of today's episode. So anyway, today I had an appointment with my therapist. So we talked about a whole lot of things. So some of the things that she said, I'm just gonna give you guys snippets of what she said, because today basically she was focusing on the guilt that I have and the pressure that I put myself under. So she was basically showing me that I am guilty. I feel guilty. Not I'm guilty. I feel guilty about a lot of things that to another person it wouldn't make sense, like, for instance, I feel guilty that I was able to rise up the corporate ladder so quickly. I know it doesn't make sense because, like, I went to school, I have all these qualifications, I've worked my butt off, I've had an unemployment period in my life, and I've struggled to get to where I am right now. But sometimes, because I'm so young, I'm only 25, but because I'm so young and I find myself sitting in certain rooms and I'm just like, you shouldn't be here, you should, like, there's that voice in my head which goes, you shouldn't be here, you have no business being here, they shouldn't have allowed you to be in this room, and it just goes on and on and on and on, and so she made me realize that is unwarranted guilt. And she's like, and the thing is, nobody is going to come from anywhere and make you stop having the guilt, You actually have, because the voice is in your head, and you are the one who has control over your head, and you are the one who has control over who speaks to you. So for you to counter that, you need to sit yourself down and be like, girl, you know what, you actually do deserve to be here. You did your simmer. You are a couple of months away from chattering. You did your tax. You're doing your master's. You are 5 weeks away from graduating from your master's. So what's the big deal? You do deserve to be here. And she was like, I know that you know these things about yourself, but you're gonna have to be reminding yourself each and every day, so that when, because the voices don't come around every day, but they come around when I most need them not to. So she's like, if you remind yourself of who you are every single day, then you're gonna believe that over and above any other voice that can come. It can be coming from your own head or from other people. It wouldn't matter to you, because you would already know who you are, and you would stand on the truth that who you are is who you are, and you've worked hard to be who you are. And then so today she just, because I tried on the last session, she had given me tips, or rather techniques to use, because I'm an overthinker. So she figured that because I'm an overthinker, I get into spirals where I think of these things which are not true about myself, and I get frustrated, and sometimes I might snap at people around me and things, and that's like, those are symptoms of somebody who's not actually okay, who's not dealing correctly with their frustrations. So I've employed some of them, and she said things like journaling. I journal, I exercise. I'm trying meditation, guys. You can comment below what you think of meditation, and if you're somebody who meditates, maybe give tips on how to stay focused, because I can't stay focused. Maybe I'll do it for a minute, but after that it's over. So anyway, I know that it might sound like maybe my thoughts are not collected in this video, and I really hope that you guys can follow with everything that I said. So yeah, I had the anxiety attack, and at that time I was like, 3 days away from going for my therapy session. So I had to improvise and really apply some of the resources that I have around me. And luckily for me, I knew about my sister's Monday and Friday's mental health talks. So, and luckily for me, the universe somehow kind of knew that I was gonna have an anxiety attack, and instructed her to do a one-on anxiety literally a day before that. So at least I had tools on the go to use. So I know that therapy is very expensive for a lot of people, so I'm gonna try to do recaps of my sessions, or maybe I will do separate like videos for the recaps of my sessions, so that maybe if you guys are dealing with similar issues as to mine, you can be able to get tools and techniques that you can employ, and just try to fit, because the thing is, it's not a one size fits all type of situation, but I'm just trying to help where I can help. I'm not a specialist or anything, so I'll just be relaying. I'll be giving you guys some of the things which are going on in my life. I'll try to be as open as I possibly can where I can, so that you guys can, maybe if you relate, then you will also be able to relate to the solution, and maybe it would work for you. I really, really hope that it would work for you, because I feel like we are a generation which needs to be self-aware, especially mentally and emotionally and psychologically, and so that we could succeed in the things that we want to do, because it all starts in the mind. I really love you guys. Thanks for subscribing, comment, like, and share with your loved ones. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.